Hello everyone and welcome back to Terra Invicta, where last time we took Saturn, we sent our strike fleet out there, we destroyed 2 alien fleets on the way, and then just proceeded to blow up the base and take everything else out. We also do have strike fleet in the position now where it can assault alien ground bases, which is really good. We can start really going and hammering the alien defences. Now, one thing I just wanted to address, I have had a request to slow down my commentary a little bit. I think that's not so much the rate at which I speak, as much as I've been a little bit overzealous when it comes to editing out my pauses. I do actually pause quite a bit, and prefer to edit those out, just to save you all some time. But I'll definitely take that into account, try leaving in some more pauses, a little bit of break. Particularly when it goes from sort of one event to the other or large time difference, I'll try and leave in a little bit more there. So let me know what you think of this style. If I need to leave in more pauses, if I need to go back to the way it was, just let me know. As always, happy to act on feedback. Now otherwise, as for what we're going to do today, Strike Fleet is currently repairing out in Saturn. Once Strike Fleet has repaired, we've got a number of potential targets. It's going to take them the better part of a year to repair because they've only got a really small base. I really should have just sent them back to Jupiter to repair, but they're locked into the repair now, and as far as I can tell, I can't cancel that. But otherwise, once they are repaired, they're going to strike at other targets. I'm also slowly building up the rest of my stations, really in order to get a little bit better defences up so that the aliens can't really threaten my existing infrastructure. They'll also free up some of my defensive fleets to start becoming offensive fleets, do a little bit more raiding as we go. Otherwise, the main tech we really need to help us really push the war is better engines. It's kind of been our search all along. We've got engines that are good enough now to go interplanetary, but we really don't have engines good enough to chase down the aliens. Still means the aliens are dictating the combat. They can choose to engage if they want to, or choose to run away when they want to. So I'm mostly waiting for the aliens to make mistakes. I'd prefer if we could get into the situation where we could be a little bit more proactive there. Over on the Earth game, things are going pretty well. Main downside is we lost a lot of councillors last time, either through old age or repeated assassinations. The Institute, for some reason, are really going for us. But we are starting to group together some of our holdings, and all in all, I think it would be good if we just keep pushing this, keep trying to hold on to things. Mostly the purpose of our Earth holdings is to provide us with mission control capacity, letting us continue to build ships, build stations. Yeah, otherwise let's continue this war against the enemy. Okay, sabotaging a servant project, going to sabotage their light green arc laser project. Okay, we've completed smart spacecraft defences, so our ships are going to be taking 5% less damage. Okay, relatively cheap tech. I'm going to do heavy plasma cannon, because we've had a lot of luck with our plasma cannons. These can hit 1,000 kilometers. Really, with the kind of idea behind this is I can use this as a sniper weapon to bombard enemy stations from very long distances with some dedicated anti-station ships. Okay, then I'm going to swap 4,000 water for 10,000 metals. That'll help us. We're still getting huge amounts of water in, and I'm always happy to keep on good terms with humanity first. Okay, army nuclear hardening is done. Can do rapid military prototyping. It's not too expensive as tech goes, gives us some more points towards military.
They won't be causing us any more problems.
Oh, and very nice. Krula just managed to take out one of the aliens. It's hard for them to replace these because I've been intercepting their ships, so this is one less alien running around on Earth. Okay, heavy plasma cannons done already. Getting into territorial defence battalions, quite cheap tech to boost military priority a bit further. Okay, heavy inertial confinement fusion reactor is done. I'm going to quickly grab the neutronium spiker tech, just in case we decide to go that way. Got plenty of techs rolling in right now. Neutronium spiker is done. And grab the neutronium microfission drive. Again, really quick tech. Okay, so Belt Fleet, since it's not needed to defend Belt Station anymore, I moved it out to Vesta, which seems to be the alien capital. And they had a large fleet drifting there on its own. I'm just going to see if I can engage this. On paper it doesn't look great, but these are my fancy dreadnoughts. These aren't as good as the Mark IV class that I've been building. These are the old Mark II classes, but hopefully these can still do pretty good. So the big difference is these have the old coil guns as opposed to the newer plasma weapons. And it's all just about whether we can hold off this initial bombardment. Alright, pausing there because we're about to blow through one another's fleets. Alright, focus fire and lock on target. Ah, shit, I lost one. Yeah, okay. The older design really doesn't quite compete with the newer ones. Oh, despite taking a fair amount of damage, we are beating them quite solidly as well. So yeah, all in all, not as one-sided as our previous battles have been, but still, decent victory. Another one of their fleets wiped out. There we go. Right, just took one ship lost and one so heavily damaged I don't think it's going to be able to move. One of their ships did apparently manage to withdraw. Still got some more exotics out of all of that. Okay, another alien fleet have been drawn out and are engaging Belt Fleet. So one of my ships is all but destroyed, but fine. Not too much I can do about that. Okay, here go the first wave. First wave has been defeated, their ships are getting pummeled. Yeah, in fact that's why I'm struggling. The Vindicta Mark II was the class with the single big gun on the front, which isn't as good defensively as the ones with multiple smaller guns. That's why this fleet's been really struggling. The Vindicta Mark I is actually better than the Mark II. And their remaining ship is disengaging, so fine. Another victory. Oh, shite. There's been a coup in the EU. That's going to hurt us for a bit. Okay, bit of a bigger fight here. Alien Fleet 644 is attacking Earth Fleet at Nano Station. Or they were, they've decided to think better of it. Yep, they're buggering off back to Vesta. Okay, neutronium microfission drive is done. Gonna go on to inertial confinement terawatt fusion reactors. Okay, done my counter coup in the EU. Territorial defence battalions are finished. And go for improved heavy plasma cannons. Oh god damn, before I could secure control there's been another coup in the EU. For some reason the EU's taken control of Istanbul from Turkey. Fine. Once I get the EU back, that's all useful. Okay, now we have re-established control over the EU. Oh, come on! They just keep doing coups. This is starting to get really annoying now. Because there's nothing I can do. And in theory, you can put enough spoils priority, but that would mean that we would have to entirely give over the country to just doing spoils. It is completely peaceful, but they can still pull off a coup. They have no public support, but they can still pull off a coup. The coups in this are really overpowered. They can just take out a region at the drop of a hat. It's really irritating. I am reinforcing this each time, I am defending it, but that apparently isn't enough. And then this is the problem, because now that the initiative temporarily has control of the EU, they immediately use it to declare war. Which is just irritating. They're going to wipe out all of the armies. I think that's my biggest gripe with this game, is it's just really hard to have any kind of stability on the Earth game. There just aren't enough ways to kind of buckle down and fortress and make any country stable in any way. Even with zero stability, massive armies, massive public opinion, you still just end up getting picked off really easily. On the bright side, rapid military prototyping is done. Can do rapid distillation techniques. Gives us more volatiles. Okay, I now have executive control over the EU once again. So I'll be able to pull us out of the war, hopefully before any armies are lost. Okay, EU's taken control of Sevastopol from Russia. Protectorate have assassinated one of my people. Okay, gonna pick up another scientist. Improved heavy plasma cannon research is done. Gonna go for ferrocite inoculators. Right, once again, full control over the EU. Let's see how long this lasts for. Alright, pulling the EU out of their pointless war. Okay, we've got antimatter mass production tech done. I'm going to go for integrated Earth-space economy here. Initiative has shot another one of my people. Okay, I'm going to pick up Jaya here. A spy. See how long she lasts. Okay, Strike Fleet is going to swing back down and they're going to go for Vesta Station. There are lots of very large alien fleets around Vesta Station, or Vesta in general. I want to take that out. Okay, one of the alien fleets has moved out of Vesta to engage Belt Fleet. Give the two undamaged ships just orders to burn a little bit so they take more of the fire from the crippled one. Otherwise, instructions pretty straightforward. Just lock onto the main ship and go for it. Yeah, I can definitely see that this setup really isn't as good as the alternative with multiple smaller lasers. But still enough to send that ship packing without taking any additional hits. Fortunately, the Coral Sea here is just in a really bad way. Yeah, a little bit more money, that'll do. I've just realised Belt Fleet has actually repaired enough to bring its engines back online. Belt Fleet can transfer to Jupiter Station for repairs. Nice. Yeah, full burn it all out. 30 weeks they get out of that. Okay, Alien Fleet is heading towards Saturn Station. Be there in August. Okay, it arrives on the 28th of August. Saturn Station's power facilities come online on the 24th of August, meaning the battle stations will come online before that ship gets here, so that's fine. Yeah, I have no problems with that. If they want to send a ship to its death, then fine. Okay, I've suffered a crackdown in Hungary, and Project Exodus has seized control there. That's okay. Okay, major backers want to go to some random base out in the belt. But yeah, I'll go let them look at the cutting edge weaponry, get a little bit of a boost to military defence. There, I didn't manage to intercept the alien fleet before it landed new alien reinforcements to Earth. Once again, coup in the EU. I don't know how to prevent this. This is just ridiculous. They have zero support, but they're still able to carry this off every month. And it just utterly screws my income every time they do. They can't hold it. Okay, the Academy's completed Hydrogen Lithium 6 fusion. Gives us another big bonus towards fusion tech level. Okay, Alien Megafleet Gamma has launched to intercept Strike Fleet. It's going to intercept it just as it enters Vesta orbit. That's fine, we want to face down Megafleet Gamma. This is going to be a very big battle. Right, okay. One turn managed to re-establish control of the EU. Okay, EU is going to go to war with Turkey. It's because Turkey has no defences, Europe has claims on Turkey, and right now Turkey is being held by the servants, so can nicely just remove that. Okay, we've got another breakthrough, so really good. I'm going to go for increase off-world extraction again. That's immediately got us inertial confinement terawatt fusion reactors and rapid distillation. Okay, I'm going to kick off atom smasher research nice and quick. Lets us start producing a lot larger amounts of antimatter. Then I'm going to go for the advanced heavy plasma cannon. Okay, another alien fleet is on its way to engage Strike Fleet. This one's arriving in December. Atom Smasher project's been completed already. Can I pick up the advanced ECM module? Oh shit, I forgot to defend the EU. The Institute grabbed a control point. Oh, that's my own silly fault. Okay, EU has conquered Turkey. Alright, complete ferrocite inoculations. Hopefully that'll decrease the rate that the servants in particular are targeting our people. Right, then it's absolutely huge project, but I'm going to start it off. Antimatter beam core reactor. Doesn't actually require that much antimatter. Produces nearly infinite power. Really, really light. Just problem is it's a massive, massive research. But I think I'm going to kick that off. It's going to take a long time, 3 years to do. Hopefully that'll be worth it.
We are in control now.
Alright, once again fought back, controlled the EU. I mean, I can't make this up. I seriously don't know what to do about this. Just constant coups. And I need to hold the EU, but there's nothing more I can do than what I have been doing. Okay, that alien fleet decided better to engage Saturn Station now its defences are online. Shit, other people got there first, so I basically have no control in the EU. It's going to be rather an ugly fight then. Okay, advanced ECM module's done. I'm going to quickly grab broadcast outlet and communications hub. Kind of running out of things to research, so just going to grab some cheap ones. Yep, broadcast outlet's done already. Going to do communications hub. Okay, well, we managed to get executive control over the EU. The Protectorate and the Initiative are there as well. Okay, Bolt Fleet is repairing at Jupiter Station. Communication hub is done. Can do institutional outreach, kind of for the sake of it. I didn't even manage to fully get control of the EU before the next servant coup. I think it's got to be the aliens. There's got to be some skilled alien that is just hammering the EU over and over and over. Institutional outreach is done. So in case we go that route, going to go network intrusion protocols. Right, Bolt Fleet has finished its repairs. I don't really want to send it out until I've reinforced it a bit, and I can't reinforce it until I get control point cap, but at least that's something. Okay, arrested an Academy agent. Got full control of the EU again. Let's see how long we last this time. Advanced heavy plasma cannon research is done. Going to do heavy UV phaser batteries, mostly for our defensive stations. Cool, gonna pick up some noble metals which we are running out of from Humanity First for a little bit of water. Back to being tolerant with Humanity First, which is good. Okay, I don't think they're going to engage, but some elements of the fleet have just arrived at Strike Fleet. No, that fleet decided not to engage. Oh, for God's sake, not again! Ah, I'm trying to hunt down any people in the region, but I'm not finding any of the servants' people at all. I just can't stabilise the EU. The problem is every time it has a coup, it loses GDP. And so slowly they're destroying the EU. I found one of the servants' people, so I'll shoot them as soon as possible. Turned one of the Academy's agents, so we'll see what they're doing a little bit better. Okay, it's one of the servants eliminated. Not a very high ranking one, but some damage to them at least. Another coup in Europe. Europe's going to end up collapsing into absolutely nothing. I don't know how to stop the aliens from doing this. I can't actually get control over it before they do another coup. The Initiative just called in a coup against the EU when they already had control of the EU. Okay, the Initiative has control over the EU. I've got 2 of the sites, that's something. And of course, immediately when they take control, they redo all the alliances, which makes a big mess. Oh god, it's just such a pain. And again, they're now starting wars. Gonna end up getting the army wiped out again.
Have taken control.
We have control over the executives, we can stop the war next turn, but then I'm just gonna get another coup. It's really getting exhausting. There's no way to protect against coups other than what I'm already doing. Yep, another coup. I can't even do the increasing spoils because I don't get enough control over it before the next coup comes. I'm constantly monitoring the area to try and find who's doing the coups, but I'm not picking up these guys. I don't know what's going on. Okay, network intrusion protocols are done. Guess I'll do stakeholder subversion. Initiative managed to grab more control of the EU again. Screw it if we're just ripping Europe apart now. I'm just going to do a coup of my own. Just burn Europe down to the ground at this point. Okay, but here we have the really big one. Alien Megafleet Gamma is engaging my strike fleet. As normal, on paper they have the advantage. We'll just have to see how this goes though. They've gone for a wall formation, just like us. Wait, what? Yep. No, I just briefly got confused. Most of our fleet's not deployed, that's fine. Most of the rest are reinforcing ships. Well, fingers crossed, let's go. Alright, first shot's fired. Mostly need to see if I can take out this first wave. I am taking hits already. The St. George is damaged. Some of their missiles are getting through. But we are doing a hell of a lot of damage to them. We're in very much knife fight territory here. Slowly knocking them out one by one. Hitting some of their others as they're withdrawing. Some of our cruisers are coming in. Unfortunately, I think that means we're losing some of our capital ships. Sending one of my cruisers to chase down this thing that's trying to retreat. Otherwise the rest of my fleet is just keeping together. They are losing a load of ships again. Once again, absolute knife fight range here. Yeah, I'm losing some ships. Now that fleets are completely blown by each other, I'm swinging my ships around. Yeah, they're now raiding me with their much lighter ships, which they are doing damage particularly to the cruisers as they're coming through. Cruisers are not as heavily armed or defended in any way. Well, the cruisers are not doing too bad. They rammed one of my ships. There we go. Another one of their large ships is destroyed. They're still wanting to stay engaged. I'm not entirely sure why or where the fleet is. Most of it seems to have escaped at this point. That counted as victory for the aliens, very annoyingly. So I lost quite a few ships there, but they lost a lot more than I did. And of course the problem is, because we've lost Europe, we don't have the control capacity to drop the station to start repairs. We're also down a lot on our assault cruisers, so I'm not sure if we've got enough to hit through. Well then, at that point I think we're going to leave that there. So, bit of a mixed bag there. We saved Belt Fleet, Strike Fleet is in trouble, and our main issue is just the absolute constant coups. Europe has lost about 2/3 of its GDP because we've had just coup after coup after coup, and I have no idea how to stop these. I can't actually get control of it to boost up spoils to see if that'll help. I am reinforcing and defending the area, but that does absolutely nothing. I do have all of the anti-alien techs, but that's not doing anything. They just seem to at will be able to take this apart. So yeah, not ideal. Hopefully we'll find a way to get us out of this. But yeah, for now, that'll do for this week. I hope to catch you next time. If you enjoyed, please do leave a like and or subscribe, really does help. Otherwise, remember to be kind to yourselves and everyone else. Cheers!